empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. La 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 la, oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself.
Method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades, while the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux. To this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes, way before it gets too late. Now one man, let's run while you can. Hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome back to another episode of This Week in Pro Wrestling, where it looks like Monty may be going solo as Jimmy is en route from LaGuardia Airport. He logistically thought he was going to make it here on time, and I was like, no, that ain't happening. So he'll probably be here for the second show, but mixed emotions, guys, today. I was coming into the studio today thinking about the great Terry Funk, right? And as wrestling fans, we all know what Terry Funk meant to probably all of us. Even being a WWE guy growing up, Terry Funk was special. In fact, there's only certain guys I would run out to go see, and Terry Funk is certainly one of them. But before we get into the happiness part, of course, on the way into the studio, everybody's reaching out to me, and it looks like Bray Wyatt has passed away at the age of 36 years old. Second-generation talent, born of Mike Rotundo Wyndham, began performing in the WWE in 2009. After a run with the new Nexus, he brought Bray Wyatt character to life on WWE NXT as a leader of the Wyatt family, alongside the late Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and eventually Braun Strowman. In the latter stages of his career, he introduced himself as the Fiend character. I'm a bit lost. I'm a bit lost for words, right? We sit here, we jostle around about, what we like about wrestling, what we hate about wrestling, who's this, who's that. But when someone loses their life at the age of 36, anybody, forget just being a wrestler, you barely got to live life. He had young children. I would hate to say that he had, from what you read, it seemed like he did have some mental anguish. I'm not saying that's what took his life. I'm just saying there was some issues going on there, certainly. As a fan of wrestling, I thought Bray Wyatt had a great mind, to a point. He certainly made his mark on the industry in the short amount of time he was on this planet. But it's just increasingly sad to see such a young, vibrant, intelligent human being pass at such a young age. I was walking into this thinking about, obviously people are sad that Terry Funk had passed away, but the guy lived, and it's this incredible life. Terry Funk, hero to all wrestling fans, movie star, this larger-than-life character, lived this pretty long, illustrious life, well-respected within the industry, with the fans, the promoters, his peers. It's certainly a tough moment. I was not expecting to come into studio to find out about the passing of Bray Wyatt. I can't help thinking about his father, Mike Rotunda, his brother, his sister. I saw something where Babe Ruth wrote, and if you could elaborate, man, that he had some kind of illness. I don't remember reading that, but if that's the case, I guess we're all going to find out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's since we started doing this show, it's like the bad news just keeps coming and coming. It's like these wrestlers just keep, and they're going at such a younger age. It's, again, when someone reaches, you within the level of your lifespan, it's like you look at it, you're sad they're gone, but in a lot of cases, you kind of understand it. But when we lose guys like New Jack in his 50s and Bray Wyatt at 36 years old, it's a little bit tough to swallow. I feel like Bray had the possibilities of being one of the greats. I wasn't a fan of his wrestling. I felt he was a bit overrated when it came to his in-ring skill. I certainly thought that he had a lot more to give as a wrestler, but God knows what he maybe could have done as a booking agent or a writer. I mean, this guy just thought out of the box and came up with fantastic stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're tough pills to swallow, and I think about what the future brings. As the show continues to go on, what other adversity as our family stays together, watching the show and being part of the show, and as wrestling fans, what other adversity we're going to face. I will tell you this, not to be a conspiracy theory guy, but it seems like a lot of people are dying at very young ages, more than I'm used to remembering. Again, maybe I didn't pay much attention to it when I was younger, right? I'm older now, so you're more keen, you're more aware to what's going on. Big Boss Fetty said, reports from E-Wrestling News that it was a mental health break was absolutely false. Big, again, I'm not going to speculate because I have no clue, but you would hear that he had some problems. I mean, if you could remember, when his longtime friend and partner passed away, Luke Harper, he certainly was having trouble with that. I mean, he was going on to social media. There was certainly something going on. Again, people have this type of problems, I guess. I mean, who could forget when Eddie Guerrero passed away? Not that I even want to speak about the guy, but Benoit was a complete mess. Like, unconsolable mess. I'm not going to say Bray Wyatt was unconsolable, but he certainly was hitting social media, and you certainly could see there was something going on. Again, I guess it really doesn't matter how he passed, right? It doesn't make a difference. He's gone. I would hope that it wasn't or has nothing to do with mental illness. We're going to find out. So, again, I'm not going to speculate. All I know is, all I can think about is I got Barry Windham coming in a couple of weeks. Who knows if he cancels it? Who cares? I mean, that's not the point. But it's like when you watch these families go through this adversity, it's tough, man. It's tough. So let's get to the positive part about it. I'm not going to say it's positive, but let's like celebrate Terry Funk. Terry Funk, WWE wrestling icon, dies at the age of 79. WWE wrestling icon Terry Funk has died at the age of 79. His manager, Timothy Beale, confirmed on CBS News Wednesday. His cause of... you know what, Jared, this is the first time I'm reading this, and if it's the Timothy Beale that we're associated with, I'm a little bit in shock right now, but I don't know what to say. His cause of death was not immediately released, but Beale said that Funk was in bad health for some time and was in a nursing home. I think we all knew that, right? People were taking pictures. Funk's death was also confirmed in a statement by the WWE. For Funk, wrestling was a family affair. Growing up in Amarillo, Texas, his father, Dory Funk Sr., was a professional wrestler who started out as a tag team wrestler with his brother Dory Funk Jr., according to the WWE biography. And by the way, the WWE will be putting out a documentary on the great Terry Funk, so it allows us more to celebrate this man, his incredible career. Again, personally, when he passed, I wasn't sad. I was just glad I had the opportunity to watch this man wrestle. I was glad I had the opportunity to watch him in his films. I was glad that... he had the opportunity to change people who loved wrestling's lives. He lived a solid, long life. Funk broke out as a wrestling star in the 1980s when he appeared in a tag team with his brother at WrestleMania 2. He then competed singly through the U.S., in Japan, and of course in his 50-year career, the WWE said, On Wednesday, friends and fans from the wrestling community commented on his passing. He was the greatest wrestler I've ever saw, retired WWE Mick Foley wrote on his social media. Professional wrestler Ric Flair said on social media that Funk was a great wrestler, entertainer, unbelievably fearless, and a great friend. Couple of accolades and things that Funk has accomplished. Obviously, the NWA Hall of Fame, class of 2009, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion for one time. We all know how well he did in Japan and what an incredible career he had in Japan. In 2005, he got the Mike Mazurki Award at the Cauliflower Alley Club. Championship Wrestling for Florida, NWA Florida Heavyweight Champion one time, NWA Tag Team Champions with his brother twice, NWA Television Champion, North American Champion. Look, I could just keep reading and reading and reading. One of the biggest things I think Funk actually accomplishes in his career was maybe being the reason to putting ECW on the map. We all saw like that first pay-per-view when he comes in and how they all, that Funk made the difference. And you're talking about an older man at the time, right? This is a guy that was 50-something years old and he was putting his body on the line. I mean, I don't think I could say enough about what Terry Funk has done for wrestling. Fans out there saying, right, Terry and Dory Funk, Bain says Terry and Dory Funk were great wrestlers. Watch them in Georgia and Florida Championship Wrestling, very popular in Southern fans. One of my favorite things, when I think about Terry Funk, is I think about the movies he was in, right? As a wrestling fan, we all know, right? You get made fun of growing up, right? Wrestling's fake, this, that, and everything else. I remember back in the day, early on, right? We were all like Rocky fans and Sly fans, and I guess I don't know what the connection was there between Sly and Terry Funk, but he certainly put him in enough movies. But if you were lucky enough to watch the movie Paradise Alley, right? Terry Funk has a pretty formidable role in that movie. I think I think his name's like Frankie the Pusher or whatever he is. He's got his head shaved. But I just remember at that point when you saw wrestlers, and again, I was a WWE guy, but I certainly knew who Terry Funk was. And when they're in a mainstream movie like that, you feel like the sport that we're all talking about right now has arrived. I mean, it's different now, right? Wrestling's mainstream. It's all over the internet. It's all over television. It's 20 hours of cable TV a week. But back then, it was, wrestling was a joke. Let's be honest. Maybe not to the 26,000 fans who went to the Garden all the time, or the 16,000 fans that used to go to the Omni, or the 4,000 fans that packed the Amarillo Stadium. I don't know. But in general public circumstances, wrestling was a joke. The fans were a joke. You used to talk in the schoolyard. You used to cover your mouth when you talked about wrestling because you didn't want anyone to know what was going on. And Terry Funk is one of those guys that made it real for us. Made us feel proud, right? It's like Terry's the man. Terry's tough. He was the Brock Lesnar of the late 70s, early 80s in a lot of cases for a lot of us. Frankie the Thumper, thank you, Jay Will. How great. I love that movie. Unfortunately, it's like you try to watch some of these movies, they don't play them anymore. A couple other movies that he should get credit for, and I love. Over the Top with the arm wrestling movie. Now, not the greatest movie, and Terry has a pretty bit role in it, but again, Terry Funk, mainstream movie, Sly Stallone, big deal. And let's not forget Beyond the Mat, right? Who could forget the whole back and forth with that, I forget the guy, the other wrestler's name that didn't want to go on a show because he wasn't booked. And you could just tell Terry was he just seemed like a really good guy. And I could tell you when I met him personally, he was one of the guys that didn't let you down. He spoke to you. He was mild-mannered. He seemed like he genuinely cared about the fans. And I think Beyond the Mat really, really kind of reflected Terry Funk in that light. Again, when you watch movies or you see his documentaries, you really don't know what's true, what's not true, right? I get that. But I think it's important. And then my all-time favorite, Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze, Terry Funk. Gotta love Roadhouse. I mean, just those movies I just named alone just shows how great Terry Funk is. I can't even help but smile because all those movies, and I call Beyond the Mat a movie because I saw it in the movies. They just bring a smile to my face, right? They were incredible, and I have nothing but fond memories about Terry Funk. I think he lived a solid life, and he entertained us, and he had a blessed life, a wonderful family, with internally between his brothers and his brother and his children and his wife, who I think he lost recently. We should be proud and we should be happy for Terry Funk. And it's unfortunate that a man like Bray Wyatt passed at such an early age. He'll never have that opportunity to entertain us like Terry did, and his poor children will never get to see their father grow up. It's pretty sad, and it's tough, guys. All right, let's move on. This week in pro wrestling, what I got on here. WWE star Edge addresses questions about his retirement after SmackDown. The WWE legend. Jimmy, jump on. You're here. Jump on.
No, I'm not.
You're live.
I'm enjoying the...
Jimmy has arrived. We all know Edge is retired. The new rumor is that the WWE, Jimmy Farrow in the house, everybody, straight from Florida.
Hi there. How you doing? What's up, bud?
Shocking news.
Yeah.
Want to weigh in on Bray Wyatt since you just stepped in?
Dude, I just got punched in the face with this. I mean, pretty much, you broke it, It's what you said. There's nothing to even, I'm trying to absorb it, and I just can't. Anything revealed yet as to what took him, or where are we here?
I don't think so right now.
What do you think? What do you think took him? Are we even
you
allowed
weren't
to
here
guess?
yet, but I didn't want to speculate on it.
All right.
Again, I don't know the insides, but I did talk about when his partner passed away. He went to social media, and you could see he was clearly distraught, like Chris Benoit distraught, Eddie Guerrero distraught. I brought that up.
All right.
I don't want to say that's the case. I hope that's not the case, but it doesn't really matter, really.
No.
I guess if it was a heart attack or I don't know.
36 years old, huh?
We covered a little Terry Funk. You want to weigh in on Terry Funk
Well,
since you jumped in here?
You know what I feel about Terry Funk. I was fortunate enough. You took me to see Terry Funk. What was the occasion though? What was it?
I think it was just in a local. It was an indie show.
Wait a minute! It was at that terrible dock where the
Right.
weather was
Yes,
awful. We were cold. The match, sweater vest.
But Terry was
Sweater vest.
I don't think sweater vest was
Sweater
there.
vest. That's when we got yelled
I think
at for
that dude bro- I
booing
think that-
sweater
I think
vest.
that
The
dude-
girlfriend
I-
got mad.
I think that dude broke his leg there, right?
Yes.
That rage
Yes,
guy.
he
Whatever.
did. And she was. I told you
But
not to wrestle.
thoughts on Terry Funk?
I'm sorry. I have to lighten the mood because
Kevin just
it
says
just sucks.
heart attack confirmed.
Heart attack, Bray Wyatt. Heart attack. Heart attack runs in that family, kind of. No, genetic. Help me out, Mike.
I don't know, man.
You've dealt with.
Dealt
with the heart stuff.
If Mike Rotundo is living to a long age, that's his
Right.
father.
Right.
His uncle Barry is up there,
Had some heart problems.
but he's up there.
What's up there anymore? I mean, 36 is obviously a huge
That's
ripoff. But
right.
what's up there?
Big Boss Fetty says congestive heart failure caused by COVID.
Caused
Now
by
that makes
COVID.
sense. Now that makes sense. There's proof out there that COVID has affected the heart.
Wow.
So maybe that's the illness people were talking about. I don't,
Can I be a Mark for a second?
Sure.
What was his greatest thing? To me, it was the Swamp character,
Yes.
right?
I shared before you got here. I was not a big fan of his as a wrestler.
You know I was.
You were.
I
wasn't.
I was. He
I
was
I,
good.
I thought his talents.
Great? No, come on. He's
I
not
thought
Bret
his
Hart,
talents.
but he was
I thought
really
his
good.
talents as could have been as a writer. and as
Yeah, he
an
was very
agent.
creative.
He was very creative.
There's no denying how creative he was.
Wyndham Rotundo got COVID, heart issues. There was a lot of positive progress towards his return to recovery. Unfortunately, today he suffered a heart attack and passed away.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. We lost a major talent, but when I walked in and sat down over there, I really didn't even want to come walking up here because you were saying it best. About the family, about the children, about all the things that he won't get to experience because he's been cut. Basically, let's be fair. To me, it's the old grades that we used to get in school. If you make it to 70, you did okay. You passed. You got a C. I will be shocked
not a C.
if I. It's
Give
not
yourself a B.
C.
Give yourself a B.
Me?
70 is
you're right.
a B.
You're right. For me,
For anybody,
dude. If I got to
the
70,
average
I would be
lifespan
so
of
shocked.
a human male is 74 years. That's the average.
When did it get lower?
Well, okay, 76.
They
But
cut it down?
Don't quote me. It's not 80.
I thought it was 78 currently.
That's pretty high. I'll look it up.
Tell
later.
that to my pop. He would agree. He's not here.
Right. Well,
I mean, I agree.
But you get the 70.
78. I'm
70,
like, how?
70. Give yourself a
I
B.
think 70. Really? For me, I agree. So wait a second. How about guys like Keith Richards? How is he? What does he get with all this stuff he did to himself? Is life fair?
Dude, when you compare,
I hate to get deep, but Bray Wyatt just died at 36, and Keith Richards.
When you compare yourself to the rich
looks
and
like a
favorite,
skeleton.
it's not a famous. It's not a fair game.
Why? Tell me why.
You own chefs,
Right.
right?
So Bray
You
didn't
own-
have his own chef. What are we getting
He's
at?
not rich and look. Even
He's
he's a
not
million.
rich and famous.
He might be a millionaire. That doesn't make him Keith Richards.
No, you're right. But
You know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
So all those blood transfusions were not a rumor.
That was-
They really did that to him.
I would bet they
Who
are.
else had that? Nikki from Motley Crue. A couple of them.
Look, man, there's a lot
to
to
save
say.
him. Oh, this
If you
is
had your own
ridiculous.
personal chef that
Yeah.
cooked your meals,
Right.
healthy meals every day,
Gordon Ramsay.
whoever, doesn't matter.
I want Gordon
Could
Ramsay.
be Jared, could be cooking. I don't know.
Spidey, what's up, Spidey?
My point
Come
is,
on.
they got you exercising,
Right.
stress free.
Yeah.
Right. Hard day's work. Oh, guess
Right.
what? I got to cook dinner.
Like what?
Hard day's work. Guess what? I got to clean my
like
house.
what Kim Kardashian has, probably. Right.
There you go.
Stuff like that.
When
Gotcha.
you have that blessed life and you
Gotcha.
live a decent, healthy lifestyle, odds are, again, everything is odds,
Right.
right? Smoking doesn't mean lung cancer. It increases your
Yeah.
chances for lung
Okay.
cancer.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Fair enough.
You could smoke.
Fair enough.
I had a grandfather that smoked 80 packs. Yeah. Okay, because
Probably.
that's what he could do.
Right. I get it.
I had my uncle never smoked a day in his life and died. I'm just examples.
So basically, it comes back to what we've discussed in the past. What I think it's the deli counter theory. You know, when you're waiting for your sandwich and your number comes up, your number comes up.
Could be.
I think that. Okay, Terry Funk. All right. Great memory of Terry Funk. What a sweetheart. And it was before his wife was gone because his wife was there at this event we went to. So got to talk to him, got to meet him. Terry starts striking up a conversation with me over music because at the time, Wisteria Hall was doing the record
Yep.
with Eddie Kramer.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, we're sitting there talking for how long was it? Help me out. I don't want to get carried away, but it was a good, healthy conversation.
Was there for a while.
Yeah, and his wife was signaling to me nicely, Terry's got to get back to the table. So Terry
Big
Funk
Boss
was a
Fetty just
sweetheart.
says Bray Wyatt revealed Uncle Barry Windham suffered a heart attack. Barry will be in studio.
Right.
Hopefully. He may not now.
Hopefully. Right.
Right? I
Yeah.
get it.
Right. Yep.
I think Terry Funk lived a great
Oh,
life.
absolutely.
And he's an incredible hero.
Yes.
And I named all those great movies. And look,
Man, I wish I was here for that, but I'll catch it on replay.
I came
For sure.
I came in feeling okay about it.
Right.
I didn't come in
No, it's
feeling okay
different.
about
Terry
Bray
lived
Wyatt.
a full life.
You're right.
Bray Wyatt got the plug pulled.
All right, so listen, what are your thoughts on Edge
Sad.
retires? Now the rumor is that he wanted more money from the WWE. The WWE turned him down. He could be going to AEW. Thoughts on that whole scenario?
Three words for you. Do you care? I don't care.
Honestly, I say go.
Yeah, go ahead. Do
Go
whatever you
with
want.
Kristen. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, please.
I kind of would, but listen.
I was
remember,
done. I'm done with Edge's return, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, I was thinking about years ago when he first came out the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And if I could just share this.
A couple of years back.
If
when
you
he
could
returned,
catch the show.
Yeah.
Jimmy literally, I played the video of all the fans. Like, I got all these clips.
And
Right. And you got emotional.
I think you did, too.
It was incredible.
It was.
But honestly,
yeah,
I'm
it
edged
fell
out.
flat.
I'm edged out.
Can I be more honest? If you look at the overall return, starting with that moment, like, he's back, and we realized that younger generations than ours, he's a real hero to them because those kids were crying, and we realized, well, maybe they were 7 when they first saw Edge.
Right.
That sort of thing. I don't think Edge's entire run from that moment on, I think it's fallen flat. Wasn't he supposed to have the greatest match ever with Randy?
Let's be fair.
Was that really the greatest match
COVID
ever?
hit. There was
I
so
understand
many things.
that, but then I got the Beth Phoenix predictable program where they team up.
Here's the good.
I just don't think it was that great a
here's
run.
The good thing about
I'm
wrestling.
sorry,
Here's the
Edge.
good thing about wrestling, though.
Maybe I'm not sorry.
But here's the good thing about wrestling.
What's that?
We used to sit back and go, man, they got to keep relying on the old stars. At some point, the new stars just took over, and Edge was a secondary thought.
Yeah.
That's it. There's one.
There's
one right there.
Yeah, you're right.
You could go through the list.
Damian
So does
Priest.
Tony Khan go spend the money on Edge to bring him back
Of
so
course
he could have
he
this
does.
feud with Kristen?
Yeah, he's gonna love
And
it.
let me ask you this.
He will.
Does Edge risk his neck
If that happens.
with some of these botch fest guys? That
Do you realize what we have watched? And I never ever want to hear anybody cry about Daniel Bryan ever. After, come on, Daniel Bryan. If Edge does the same exact thing Daniel Bryan does, you know what? It's on you anyway, because that's the life of a professional wrestler, and only you know what your body will take and what cash you'll accept for what your body will take. Yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, if he does exactly what Daniel Bryan did after having serious problems and coming back and still banging himself all over the place, Edge wants to do that. It's on him. Bottom line, it's on him.
Dude,
and I don't care.
Something
Getting
is
back to the whole start of this.
Something is going on, though. I'm reading newspaper articles on athletes 16, 17 years old. Didn't LeBron James' son have a heart attack?
Did he?
I think so.
I don't have a TV.
Well, you read the paper, you read the news.
There's
don't
a
you?
newspaper still?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like a physical one?
Oh, my God.
Is there? I'm impressed. I figured we all stopped reading and just stared at our things. What does that thing say? What do you got? Anything good?
I'm reading some comments, and I'm thinking about,
What, Bray? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I guess I'm just, trying to avoid Bray. It's too shocking to me. It's really, really bad. It doesn't make any sense. And he got completely cut short.
Phil says, LeBron James' son did have a heart attack.
What is going on here?
All right.
Oh, there, look. Spidey
Ronnie James, cardiac arrest.
Wow. How old is this kid?
Look,
What is going on?
We don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled.
Right.
But
oh, no, don't.
There's something's
weird.
Something's
Leave
in
it
the
at
water.
that. Right.
Right?
Wait, something wicked this way comes?
Yes, there you
Gotcha.
go.
We'll leave it at that. That movie was interesting.
All in Sunday, 27th, 1800 hours, Wembley Stadium, which is what, noon here?
Okay.
Is that noon?
What time is it in
1800 in England? That's 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock in England.
Is that noon here?
You might be right. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So,
I'm out of practice.
So let me
with
ask you a
my Man
question.
United
Even though
games.
they've sold 80,000 tickets, right? It's a beautiful Sunday
Right.
around the United States.
Yeah.
Anybody going to watch a 12 o'clock noon pay-per-view and pay for it and pay $50?
I got news for you. Even if it was at 6 o'clock at night, I'm not so sure that your description would fit.
Listen,
How's
money's
that
great.
sound?
Money's great in the Pharaoh household.
What?
Money's
really?
great.
Oh, we're
Hypothetically.
pretending.
Trying not to, I'm trying to keep it.
I thought this is a serious conversation.
All right, very funny.
Thank you. What do you got?
Things are well in the Pharaoh family.
Nice. Awesome.
Question.
I'm psyched. Yeah.
Does Pharaoh spend $50 to watch this pay-per-view?
am I going to spend $50 of my successful
good.
Pharaoh's household?
Right.
Am I going to spend $50? Okay, maybe here's your answer. When I was 20-something, like their audience, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Now? Are you kidding me? Do you know how many Nathan's hot dogs that is?
That's a lot of Nathan's.
That's a lot of Nathan's hot dogs. So no,
You get relish for your hot dogs?
I'm willing to try.
Are you a ketchup?
I
mustard,
learned
relish?
a lot in Florida about foods I've never
We'll
eaten
talk about
before.
Florida in the main show. If
Sure,
you
sure.
want
We
to.
will?
If you
What?
want to.
If
you
fair
want
enough,
to.
fair
And don't
enough.
forget, we got a guest, so we got to
That's
like.
true too.
move
Well,
on.
they'll probably be able to tell me,
All right, quick.
right?
Winners or losers?
Yeah, go ahead. Winners or losers?
Jack Perry, Hook.
Oh, we're making predictions.
Predictions.
Jack Perry versus Hook. Hook can't lose.
He's already lost.
They ruined him.
Yeah, he's lost.
When
He
did
lost
that
the FTW championship.
Oh, that's
to
right.
Jack
He
Perry.
sucks. Yeah, you're right about that. He can't. Well, he can't
I'm
lose.
glad you're paying attention to
What,
wrestling.
AEW? I was in Florida. You should have seen what I was paying attention
All
to.
right,
It
come
was-
on.
Well,
Another
all right,
show.
fine. Yeah, I'm distracted. First of all, why did Hook lose in the first place? I thought he
lost.
because he's 10 pounds, right? This Goldberg
Pick
thing
a
wasn't-
winner, will you?
The Goldberg thing wasn't going to last for long, was it? When you're 10 pounds.
Pick a
All
winner.
right, I say Jack Perry's going to defend it.
Jack Perry's pretty good back.
I think he's very good.
He's not a scary back.
No, he's not even as big as your leg.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, go
Aussie
ahead.
Open versus MJF and Adam Cole.
Oh, MJF and I'm calling.
No, it's
Why?
not. This is a setup.
So
to
they
get
can
you-
hate each other for later?
No, like
Well, if
something.
you know the
You'll be
whole script,
guessing.
what do you
You're
want? Did you write it?
No, but you.
It sounds
come
like
on.
you know it.
Come on, it's like
He knows
you
it,
got to be
folks.
second guessing the champions. Like, what's gonna happen?
Oh,
What's gonna happen?
all right. Okay, fine.
Eddie Kingston,
So they-
Orange
so they
Cassidy,
break
Best
apart
Friends,
during
and
this one.
Penta against
Piece of
the
shit.
Blackpool Combat
This-
Club.
This card sucks. I don't give a shit.
Why don't you look at your script?
Because I like. I don't know where I am. Should Edge call it a day? You had all this stuff about Terry Funk. I mean, he was born when? I'm trying to get to it. All right, fine. Yeah, oh, here it is, too. Wow, it's a very exciting match.
Who you going with?
I want Blackpool Combat Club.
All right.
How's that sound? Did I finally get one right
Darby
in your
Allin
eyes?
and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cave in a coffin match. Let's add a coffin to it. Why do you have to have a coffin?
Wait a
I have
minute.
no
Wait a
idea.
minute. Where's the dead guy?
I had
dead.
no idea.
There's no dead guy character. This is stupid. Is Darby supposed to be the dark figure in
By
this?
the way, Sting is undefeated in AEW.
Well, I think they're going to win. And he's going to stay undefeated.
Kenny Omega,
Stingberg?
Hangman Page,
Yeah.
and Kota Ibushi against Konosuke Takashita.
I love you pronouncing
Jay
these.
White and Juice Robinson.
Oh, that's horrendous, this match. It's got to be Omega, Page, and Ibushi.
Nah, I'm going with Jay White.
Why would you go with
Jay
them?
White's a new
Juice
flavor.
Robinson's not going to win. If Juice Robinson's
Here-
in the match, you're not winning it. You should know that from my New Japan.
you are right.
Wow, don't you do your
You're right.
homework?
You're right.
No, it's New
You're
Japan.
right. You're
Juice
right.
Robinson's no.
Here's a match everybody's looking forward to, but will be the drizzling shits.
Oh, come
End of
on,
story.
stop.
Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. It's like Jericho, that's someone who should hang it up.
Yeah, why are you making me do that? I had a good time. Now I got to come back and bury Chris Jericho, the great Chris Jericho. So you want me to declare him basically the fat plumber who comes over to
Mitch
fix the
Seinfeld
toilet?
says Undertaker versus Kamala.
Yeah,
Now, that was a good match.
in a coffin match.
Wait a minute, Benny Scala, Rosie O'Donnell versus Roseanne Barr. Now that's
what
a good
on
match.
earth are you up to over there? That's a great idea.
That's a friggin'
Is that a steel
awesome
cage match?
All right, who you going with, Ospreay or Jericho?
Osprey.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here, I am actually excited for this because I'm
Go
just a
ahead.
page mark.
This is
And
terrible.
I know she's Soraya, but I'm just a page
So
mark.
am I.
AEW's world champion, Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, Soraya, and Dr.
They got to give
Jetbreaker.
it to our girl.
I'm thinking they will.
Please say yes. All right,
But
that
I'm wondering if
works.
Soraya can wrestle, dude. She hasn't wrestled God knows how long. I think her neck is shot, dude.
Do I think she still could do it? Like, if her neck is fine, she was excellent wrestler. But is her neck fine? I say no. There's nothing left to do. How's she going to win the title and defend it if she's got a horrendous neck?
All right, we're going with Soraya.
I'm still going with her.
AEW Tag Team Champions, FTR versus the Young Bucks. Well, you got a lot of thoughts on this one.
Well, my problem always
He goes,
you know how I always get it wrong, and you know how I always get it
Go
wrong
ahead.
when it's one of the guys that I really love, and then I can't think straight.
Listen.
So all I'm
Listen,
seeing is
FTR, the dude just got arrested for
did he?
with assault.
I don't
with
have a
gun.
TV. Oh, this would be on
All
the
right,
internet.
so the Young Bucks are winning.
he got
and
a-
he'll go to jail and be
Are
done
you
with him.
serious?
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck the Revolver?
Fuck the Revolver. There you go.
What the
Oh, and here's the classic one. The AEW
Yeah.
Real World Champion. AEW is the only organization that has 85,000. Every match
I'm
is a title
confused.
match.
Yeah, every match
Every match is a title match.
Let's see how many of these belts
Samoa
mean something.
Joe versus CM Punk.
Oh, that's Punk. Stop.
All right, and to finish it off, MJF versus Adam Cole.
That's MJF. Adam Cole's not going to walk out of Wembley on,
Jacob says Young Bucks definitely putting themselves over. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about the gun thing. I mean, that's obvious at that point.
Well, Pharaoh will be back shortly
Uh-huh.
with our guest on the main show. I ask everybody to join us. I am going to tell you, you're going to have a wonderful time as we have world-renowned psychic Gary McKinstry joining us. With Gary, I know nothing about psychic mediums, but I've asked Gary to see if we could reach out to some of the wrestlers that we've passed. I don't know who will bring up. And then maybe we'll have that opportunity to ask some questions. So that's a must-listen to everybody out there. But in the meanwhile,
That sounds insane.
I want to say to you guys,
Cool.
feel blessed that we're at the age and we're still on this planet that we got to watch the great Terry Funk from basically the beginning of his career
Pretty much. Yeah.
to the end of his career.
Yeah.
If you're an ECW guy like Pharaoh is,
Yeah.
he was a savior.
Yeah, he
for
was.
that company.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yep.
If you're a WWE guy like me,
Yeah.
I loved him when he came up as
Dude.
with Haas Funk, and I
Now,
loved
hold
it.
on. When Terry fought for the title
Yeah,
for WWE.
Saturday night's main event.
Are you kidding?
Was
That
fantastic.
he was fantastic.
And not to forget when I was in the Army, when he friggin' pile drived Ric Flair off the announcer's table.
Yep.
So I feel lucky. We all should feel lucky.
Yep. There's nothing like a badass Southerner like Terry Funk or a Stan Hansen or, classic brawler.
By the way, I want to thank
Nothing
Phil DeCesare for
better.
hooking us up with this great psychic medium for this show.
Who hooked this up?
Phil DeCesare.
I knew that.
You did. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
I want to send the prayers out to the Funk family, but I don't want to forget to say to the Wyndham family, we're sorry that this happened to your son, your brother, your sibling. Bray Wyatt gone way too soon.